Hi, I'm Erica and the Cuoche and Vacanza owner. We go throughout Tuscany directly to your villa or holiday homes for cooking classes and private dinners. Today I'd like to make with you a typical Italian dessert that was born in Lombardia, a region to the north of Italy, and the name is Tiramisu, the famous Tiramisu. The first step to make this wonderful dessert is to make a good coffee. And so I show you how making it, because during our cooking classes, you know, I have an itinerant company, so it's not so easy to make original recipe from scratch directly how they should be. And so it's okay if you are going to use a coffee that is an instant coffee, instantaneous coffee, Nescafe or other brands, no problem, you can use this. And during our cooking classes I run in Tuscany, I teach how to use instantaneous coffee because it is more suitable for you at your home. Anyway, I just want to teach you how to make a real Italian coffee because maybe this could be useful for you in your life and for preparing a good tiramisu. This is the moka, is the typical machine for making a good coffee. It has three pieces, this, and the filter. Now I show you how to make directly in the moka. Pour some water that I took directly from the tap, exactly arriving here to this correspondence. Then we put our filter inside in this way and we take our coffee. In this case, 3 or 4 full teaspoon. Just press a little and then we go to close this and we go directly on the fire. We put our moka, the name of the machine is moka. We put our moka on the fire on the smallest one and then we wait until we hear a noise like a boiling noise. Our coffee is ready and we pour it in a bowl so it comes cold because it is important that it's warm while we are doing the tiramisu. At this point we can add to our coffee some liqueur. I put it in a small, very small glass. Tell you the truth, the original recipe doesn't call for a liqueur into the tiramisu. Anyway, it's very good if you put Rhum, and I have this one, or Marsala wine or Vinsanto. There are many liqueurs very good with coffee or chocolate or tiramisu. In this case, I use an Italian wine, so Marsala, that is a sweet wine. This is the same wine that we use to make ricotta cream that goes inside the cannoli, Sicilian cannoli. It's the same wine. Okay, set our bowl apart and let's start with the eggs. That is the most important step. The first step of the tiramisu is to separate yolks from whites. And I have to tell you that here in Italy, the tiramisu that we are going to make is always with the raw eggs. So every mom, every granny, everyone who prepares and make a tiramisu in a home, in a house, prepare it with raw eggs. But since I know that in your country maybe this is not possible because in Italy the eggs are pasteurized, but I don't think that they are pasteurized, for example, in USA. Many customers told me this, and so I'd like to teach you how to pasteurize, and we'll see together how to pasteurize raw eggs for making tiramisu. So at this point we separate the yolks from the whites. So they are separate, and now we go to whisk a bit the whites with our whips. And as they are half whipped, we have to go on the fire because we have to go to pasteurize the sugar to put after inside the white. But I show you everything. So now we take the whips and go for a half whipping of the whites. They are very soft, and now we have to go on the fire to pasteurize our sugar, and I show you how to do. You have to take some sugar, and we are going to make the tiramisu for 4 people, so it's okay to add 6 tablespoons of sugar. In general, is the number of people more 2 tablespoons. Full tablespoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And we just put some water, small water, not so much because it's not a simple syrup, but just to cover this sugar in this way. Okay, now we go with this on the fire. We continue whisking and we wait until the sugar make many bubbles, until it boils. The syrup become transparent and it starts boiling. You can go immediately on your whites and start pouring it very slowly and start whipping again to have your whites pasteurized. But remember the half part of your syrup, because the other part will go with the yolks. In this way, as it reaches the temperature of 120 centigrade, we are sure that it can pasteurize yolks and whites. Our whites are not so hard, heavy, they are fluffy, soft when you touch them, because this is a very important trick. When you are going to incorporate the air in the tiramisu, it's very important to have the whites in this way, so you are sure to well incorporate everything. If they are too hard, like French meringue is too much hard after to incorporate. So our whites are ready. We left them here and we take our yolks, because remember, now we have to pasteurize the yolk. The eggs in general have to reach the temperature at 60-70 degrees to pasteurize. So we are sure that if you pour in a boiling syrup that is 100-120 centigrade, you are sure they pasteurize. But you have to do this immediately as they are boiling, as the syrup, is boiling. So now we have pasteurized the white, and now we go with the yolk. So we go again with our syrup on the fire, we wait it boils again, and after we come here to whip the yolks and to pasteurize them. So with the boiling syrup, we go to the yolks. Now our yolks are pale yellow. This is the right color when they are whipped, well whipped. So you have to stay for a bit to whip them, but after you have a very good results. Now we can start to give a shape to our dessert, to our tiramisu. And I went in the fridge to take the most important ingredient for the tiramisu, that is the mascarpone cheese. Mascarpone is very important, and it's very important that you buy a good quality one. I think that all the flavor of the tiramisu depend from the quality of the mascarpone. A trick that I want to teach you is you take your whipped yolks, so first separate, then you take the mascarpone and you mix this with the yolks. Don't be confused. Don't mix the mascarpone with the whites, always with the yolks. And the trick that I'd like to tell you is to use a fork at first, because if you use immediately a whisk or a whip, everything's stuck inside. So with a fork you can separate, and you use the mascarpone cheese with the yolks like smashing potatoes. When it's a bit amalgamated, you can start stirring in this way to have no lumps. As you whip it a bit with your fork and you work it like smashing potatoes, you can use a whip. Just few seconds as you saw, and then you stop, because otherwise if you still continue whisking you risk to cook the mascarpone cheese, because it's a cheese and it can divide in two parts. So this is the crucial step. We have our whipped whites with the sugar, with the yolks that we are whipped together with the mascarpone cheese. Only at this point we can mix all together. And what I suggest you is to put the whipped whites in the yolks. At this point, we use the spatula. You can pour just a bit, unfolding from the bottom to the top. The mascarpone cream will be very soft because we put the syrup that is warm now, that is not cold. As you mixed everything and you don't see anymore any white parts inside your cream, you can be sure it's all well amalgamated, well mixed, and so you can go to give a shape to your dessert. Now the first step is to take some cream, and I cover just the bottom, I'll show you after. And after we'll dip our Savoiardi cookies, that I think you named it ladyfingers. And these are very sponge cookies that you have to dip in the coffee, just counting 1, 2, 3, and then you be careful that there is no drops, and after you put in the bottom of your glass. But I show you everything. So we proceed to mix 2 layers, because a good tiramisu with Savoiardi cookies has at least, but in general, only 2 layers. 1 tablespoon of our cream on the bottom. Then we take our Savoiardi cookies. We dip 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We drain and we pour in our glass. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We drain. Then we sprinkle with some bitter cocoa. This for the first layer. Another tablespoon of cream, that in this case should be also 1 tablespoon and a half. Tap, and we go another Savoiard. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We drain. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We drain. In this case, we use another half because it's larger. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We drain. Be careful it doesn't break. At this point, another tablespoon of cream over, and now we can use or the bitter cocoa to sprinkle over, or we go to grate some dark chocolate over our tiramisu. your tiramisu in the fridge at least 2 hours, even if I can't and I want to taste it immediately, because it will be better, and the day after should be always better. And now, my friends, I want to taste it. Carlo, l'assaggio, che il tiramisù mi garba un mucchio. Buono. You have to make it, guys. It's a real success, I tell you. Mangio ancora. Il nostro tiramisù, our tiramisù is ready. You made it with me. I'm so happy to stay with you during this period. Buon appetito!